So I was one of those lucky people who actually had a chance to do a trip in 2020. So I didn't do anything with regards to the pandemic or during the pandemic. Well, just before the pandemic actually became a pandemic, we were in Goa. So it was not an engineering trip, by the way. It was not an engineering trip that was supposed to happen during engineering and didn't happen. Yeah, we never got to go to Goa in engineering, and uh, that's a separate thing. So here, just want to share my adventures of being somebody who doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, and is a vegetarian in Goa. So we're leaving to Goa, and then just before leaving to Goa, my stomach's really upset. So I have been like, okay, I'm not going to eat much. So the entire trip, I am the one that is eating the lowest. So while going, we actually get to that spot wherein the train is really crowded, and then I get into that, finally have a seat, and then my friend opens dabba for homemade chapatis and something like that. So very very little to have. So and then we come to Goa, like crash the night, and then look forward to next day. And the only thing that's gone into my stomach without actually triggering anything additional is going to be curd rice. Somehow get curd rice for the afternoon. And then evening, everybody decides to go to this, I think, another beach. I forgot the name. So we get there. I'm not hungry when we get there, but then I realize that this is going to get very, very late. So I'm somebody who's out by 9:30 to 10 o'clock, and then these guys are getting ready for going to the beach at 10 o'clock, and they say, let's have dinner there. I was like, okay, that's fantastic. Let's go have dinner. So yeah, I think a lot of build up for one single line of comedy is that. So I finally reached there. This guy asks, "Sir, can I get you something?" Or like it's around 20 people, so they everybody sitting. We roam around the beach. Finally decide on a place that we're going to have dinner. But and that itself took us around 40 minutes. Saying we'll run around the entire beach and then just check every place out, and then finally come to one place and then sit where there is place. So there are 20 people. Everybody has to sit at the same place. And then I sit there, and this is where the crux of the joke is. And everybody is doing their orders, and then I was like, no, I don't think I can risk it because it's easily a 45 to 50 minute drive from where we are. I think even more than that towards where we should be as our house. And I'm not sure if my stomach will actually hold the food. So not the liquor, but the food. So like I said, I am a non-alcoholic, non-smoker, completely vegetarian guy. So not the best place to be. Goa is not my ideal travel destination, but then I love beaches, and I love that is beaches. I love beaches, and I actually love to go with friends and then just spend time. So here I was, in Goa tire, and um, being in that space, like it's around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the night. These guys are having dinner, and then at some point I was like, yeah, I should eat something. And then I look at the menu. I like, what's the safest? So I'm like, curd rice. I asked that uncle, that waiter, like, sir, do you have curd rice? Like, no, sir. What do you have, sir? We have biryani, we have pulao, we have this thing, that thing, that thing. Like, he gives me a list out of 10 things, 8 of them are not vegetarian. So I'm like, yeah, this is not going to work out for me. I was like, do you have anything to go with rice? And then I was like, there's something there additionally saying Mosrana is out of the, like, curd rice is ruled out. There's one last thing that I want to basically ask is, so do you have lassi? Majge, lassi, curd, anything is like, he looks at me like somebody who is, this professor looking at somebody from LKG asking a simple doubt. Sir, how do you expect lassi in a pub or in a place where everybody is drinking beer, whiskey, vodka, gin, shots, whatever, and suddenly I'm this guy asking him very, very silently or very, very politely, sir, do you have curd? And that expression was like he just shit his pants, saying, how do I get Kurt to this fellow? And the entire friend list of mine started to laugh, and I was like, man, I need my curd rice. I need my curds, otherwise it's going to get tough. But then everybody was laughing at me that, here I am in Goa, the capital of drinking in India, and then you know I'm asking for curd rice. I'm asking for this thing. And I was like, my problem, I know my problem. I haven't eaten anything in the entire of the day except for Choto this much of curd rice in the afternoon and nothing the previous night, literally nothing the previous night. And now I'm ridiculously hungry. And I was like, yeah, this entire beach, even if I do around, I don't think I'm going to get anything for me. So uh, fortunately, there was something to eat when we came back to that place. We were staying at around 3 o'clock. But yeah, I think every time I'm a little, how do I say, bored, I'd like to recollect that expression of the waiter. He just froze. And, how do I get lassi? And just imagine the audacity of this guy asking for lassi in a restaurant that serves all sorts of drinks. And this guy is, of all the things that you're asking, is like this. So even if I had asked for his entire savings for a year, he would have signed it and given it to me. But then I asked for curd rice. I asked for uh, curds. But then that's part of the adventures of being, a smoker, a non-smoker, a non-drinker, and a non-alcoholic, and a vegetarian. So there was nothing that could have satiated my soul. I don't know if I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, or people like me, like vegetarians, non-smokers, non-drinkers, are becoming extinct in today's day and age, especially those that go to Goa. So signing off until the next video. Bye bye.